Good to see you. Appreciate
you did
being
an
here.
awesome job pronouncing that name.
Bemotrizinol.
Yeah,
there you have it.
Easy.
All right. So why is this such a big deal?
Well, it's been in Europe for a long time. These people approved for approval here like 20 years ago. We haven't had a new sunscreen for about 20 years because the FDA is all sclerotic and they couldn't get things approved. The new administration really wants things done like this, and so we've got new data on these sunscreens, really good, great UVA, UVB coverage, doesn't seem to absorb very well into our skin. And it's a big deal because skin cancer, like 1 in 5 of us is going to get skin cancer.
Right.
Somebody dies of melanoma every 30 minutes to an hour in this country. So protecting yourself from too much UV light is the way to prevent premature aging and skin cancer.
So what's the difference between this one? I know you had been telling us the one that Brooks has just talked about that makes everything white. Everything like gets all. What's different about this one from that?
So the good zinc oxide isn't as white, but you're right. A lot of sunscreens are white or chalky, or people don't like to use them because they get in their eyes. So again, this has been around for a long time in Europe. It mixes very well. So what a dermatologist would call cosmetically elegant. It mixes well into other sunscreens. It has great UVA and UVB coverage, and it's just an all-around good product that's easy to use. It also doesn't get degraded by the sun, so it lasts a long time.
Well, some of these, how do you know if it's actually working from your standpoint? We'll get to our standpoint in a second. How do you know it's actually working for people?
Well, you know, no sunscreen is perfect, and it's just one part of the overall strategy. We've talked several times about the fact you just can't use sunscreen. You've got to use shirts, you got to use hats, you got to use sunscreens, you got to use these parasols to protect yourself from the sun, because it's ultraviolet radiation that causes the DNA mutation. Sunscreen is just one part. But it's so funny because when I do these segments, I get trolls on the internet that'll say things like, oh, you dermatologists all don't understand that it's actually the sunscreen that causes the cancer, right? That's just not the case. I've run one of Florida's largest skin cancer practices for 23 years. I'm here to tell you that overexposure to UVA and UVB here in Florida is a direct link to premature aging and skin cancer 20 to 30 years later. So any new tools like this, especially one that's been around this long with this much safety data, is really great. Like I mentioned, this sunscreen doesn't seem to absorb into our bodies, and it has great coverage.
Wow. Okay. So why was it available in Europe and other? Is it just our process here?
Yes.
And so what have they seen over in Europe that's so much more effective? It has you guys excited about this?
Yeah. I mean, so the problem with a lot of sunscreens is they only cover one part of the UV spectrum. So they'll protect UVB really well. Like you could have SPF 1 million sunscreen that doesn't protect you from UVA at all, and so it still exposes you to skin cancer and premature aging. The good thing about this one is it's got good broad spectrum coverage, and it's been around in Europe and Asia for a long time, so we have tons of data on it. And like you mentioned earlier, the FDA has had a lot of trouble approving new sunscreen for the past 20 to 25 years. The American Academy of Dermatology and other institutions have done a great job at pushing these along, and the new administration is dedicated to having more choices and better protection out there for consumers.
So when do you think it's going to be on the market here in the U.S.?
Should be this year.
So
yeah, this French conglomerate is pushing it through. They're going to have exclusive rights to it for about 6 months, and then it'll be all over the place. But manufacturers love it because it mixes really easy. So you're going to see all these new products on the shelves that are cosmetically elegant, easy to apply, and the big thing as a dermatologist, I just hope people use it.
Yeah.
The best sunscreen is the one you use.
Good point.
Yeah.
So it won't say bemotrizinol on it, I'm guessing, because no one will be able to say it.
No.
Is it going to have like a, like you said, BMOT or something like that?
Yeah.
Is it going to have something like that on the label?
They're going to call it Parasol Shield for the first, I think, 6 months to a year.
Okay.
The FDA gave them exclusive rights for that period of time, but then you probably will see BEMT as an ingredient, so you don't have to pronounce the whole thing.
Yeah, but even with that,
mixed into other stuff.
Exactly. Knock those up. But still, you even with the sunscreen, you still suggest the long sleeves, things like this.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I was in the mountains last week, and even though I wore sunscreen, I had the hat, I had this, and had this on, I still felt it on my neck, and so I was able to cover up. And so the thing is, it's not about just sunscreen. People overuse sunscreen because there's many ways to protect yourself from UV exposure. Again, too much UV light causes DNA mutations, which makes you look older too early and causes skin cancer 20, 30 years later. So any way that you can protect yourself, especially now with the UV index, what it is great. Hats, glasses, cover-ups, umbrellas, and sunscreens, and hopefully our new friend from Europe, which will help us protect ourselves.
Right. Next time you're on, I want to talk about repairing the damage that's already done. A lot of us are there. So
there's a lot of info there,
Doc,
too.
Always good to see you. Appreciate you, Doc. All right. Again, Dr. Matthew Knight.